The Plowman's lunch. Sounds hearty, doesn't it? Evokes images of rosy-cheeked farmers, sturdy and strong from a hard day's work. While the image might be romanticized, the meal itself is as satisfying as its name suggests. A no-nonsense plate of simple, delicious food. The Plowman's lunch is a British classic. It's the kind of meal that feels like a warm hug on a plate. No fuss, no frills, just good, honest food. Whether enjoyed in a bustling pub or on a picnic blanket under a bright blue sky, the Plowman's lunch is a testament to the simple pleasures in life. And who knows, after reading this, you might just crave one yourself. Let's be real. There's no culinary school diploma needed to assemble a Plowman's. It's a dish that thrives on simplicity and the quality of its ingredients. At its core, it's a celebration of simplicity. No frills, no fuss, just good, honest food. We start with good, crusty bread. Think sourdough, a farmhouse loaf, or even a simple white bloomer. The bread is the foundation, providing a hearty base for the other elements. The key is that it's sturdy enough to hold its own against the other components. It should be able to support the weight and flavors of the toppings without falling apart. Next up, the cheese. And oh, the cheese. This is where you can really let your preferences shine. A good sharp cheddar is a classic choice, but don't be afraid to explore. The cheese should be bold and flavorful, adding a rich, creamy texture to the mix. Tangy Stilton, creamy Lancashire, even a smoked applewood all bring their own character to the party. Each cheese offers a unique taste experience, enhancing the overall enjoyment of the meal. The point is, choose a cheese that makes your taste buds sing. It's all about personal preference and finding that perfect match. Now, for the crunch, pickles. They add a necessary contrast to the rich and creamy elements. Pickled onions with their sharp bite are a must-have. They cut through the richness and add a zesty punch. But feel free to branch out with gherkins, pickled walnuts, or even some spicy pickled cauliflower. Each type of pickle brings a different texture and flavor, making every bite interesting. And to round it all out, a bit of protein. This adds a satisfying, savory element to the meal. Slices of ham, beef, or even some pork pie add a savory depth to the plate. The protein component balances the meal, making it hearty and fulfilling. Whether you prefer the classic ham or a rich pork pie, it's the perfect finishing touch to this rustic yet refined lunch. Now, you might think a meal with such a straightforward name would have a straightforward history. Not so much. The Plowman's lunch, despite its simple ingredients, has a history that's anything but simple. The exact origins of the Plowman's lunch are, well, a bit murky. It's a tale shrouded in mystery and debate among food historians. Some say it dates back to medieval times, a quick bite for laborers in the fields. Imagine a hard-working plowman taking a break from tilling the soil, enjoying a hearty meal of bread, cheese, and pickles. Others claim it's a 20th century invention, a clever marketing ploy to sell more cheese and beer in pubs. This theory suggests that the Plowman's lunch was popularized by the British Cheese Bureau in the 1960s to boost cheese sales. The truth? Probably somewhere in between. It's likely that the idea of a simple, portable meal has been around for centuries, even if the name Plowman's lunch is a more recent creation. While the name itself might not have been used until later, the concept of a simple, portable meal of bread, cheese, and pickles has likely been around for centuries. This type of meal was practical and nourishing, perfect for those who needed sustenance while working long hours in the fields. After all, when you're working up an appetite, you need food that's both filling and easy to eat on the go. The Plowman's lunch in its essence embodies the spirit of a meal that is both convenient and satisfying, a testament to the enduring appeal of simple, wholesome food. Regardless of its exact beginnings, the Plowman's lunch has a storied past that intertwines with the very fabric of British culture. It really took off in the 1950s and 60s, becoming a beloved staple in pubs across the country. Post-war Britain was all about simple pleasures, a return to the basics after the austerity of the war years. And this unpretentious plate fit the bill perfectly, offering a sense of comfort and familiarity. It became a pub staple, a go-to choice for those seeking a hearty, satisfying meal. The perfect accompaniment to a pint of ale or a lunchtime cider, it was more than just food, it was an experience. And let's be honest, there's something inherently satisfying about the Plowman's lunch. Maybe it's the nostalgia, the connection to a simpler time, a time when life moved at a slower pace. Maybe it's the sheer deliciousness of the ingredients, each component bringing its own unique flavor, working together in perfect harmony to create a meal that is greater than the sum of its parts. Or maybe, just maybe, it's the fact that it allows us to feel like we've earned a hearty meal, a reward for a day's work, even if the hardest work we've done all day is answering emails or attending virtual meetings. Whatever the reason, the Ploughman's lunch has secured its place in British culinary history. It's more than just a meal. It's a symbol of resilience and tradition. It's a meal that transcends class and generation, a reminder that sometimes the simplest things are truly the best. In a world that's constantly changing, the Ploughman's lunch remains a comforting constant, a beloved classic that continues to bring joy to those who partake in its simple pleasures.